Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Mounjaro, and today I'm going to be talking about something a little bit different. And I want to explain to you what it feels like to lose £70, 5 stone, 31 kilos, by taking Mounjaro. Now, when I say what it feels like, I don't mean, oh, it feels amazing, I look fabulous. I want to talk about how it makes you feel in your head, and how it takes time to get used to feeling lighter, feeling healthier, looking in the mirror and seeing a different person. Now, I don't want it to get too deep and too depressing and everyone just flicks away and watches a different video, because I want to share, and I want to share my experiences as I've always done. Now, I want to make it quite clear, this isn't the end of Mounjaro, because this is literally the middle point of my journey. I've still got, what are we talking, £24 to lose. So it's merely more of a reflective look at the last 5 months and how losing a large amount of weight does feel. Because when I started this journey at 22 stone 11, I will put that in pounds because I know some of our American viewers struggle with stones, so I do apologise for that. I never wanted to lose a massive amount of weight, never thought I was going to lose a massive amount of weight. Went into it thinking, right, I need to lose weight, I'm too heavy, I'm 22 stone 11, I'm starting to be a right little chubster. Never realised how effective this medication could be, never had any idea of where I wanted to get to. Fast forward 5 months, £70, 31 kilos, 5 stones down. And I want to talk about how that feels and how it affects you mentally, and how the pressure that brings can then sit a little bit heavy on your mind, and the anxiety. And I know you're going to say, oh boo-hoo, you've lost all that weight and now you're feeling anxious, you're worrying about it. But it's real, and as always, that's what this channel's about. It's about being real. So when I first started my Mounjaro journey back in May, I just wanted to lose weight, really. I was 22 stone 11 and I just wanted to feel healthier, feel slimmer, feel better in myself and be a better version of me. I never really sat out with a go thinking that I would ever lose this much weight. And as good as it feels, I think mentally I'm still sort of catching up with it. I don't look at myself any different. I don't sort of feel any different. Obviously, things fit better and I look better in a mirror, I look slimmer, I look healthier. But this bit up here is still a few steps behind, if I'm honest. And I'm still trying to get my head around the fact that I am much lighter, I am much healthier, and I do take smaller clothes now. But the brain's a very funny thing, because I literally don't mentally feel any different now than I did originally. And what goes hand in hand with losing that amount of weight is the mental pressure. And I know everybody's going to think, wow, you've done amazing, you must be all sunshine and lollipops and all the rest of it, and all the, you've smashed it, you've done amazing, well done you. But it's a lot more complex than that. And the honest truth is, I thought once I hit a big milestone like this, I'd feel completely different, I'd feel unstoppable. But there are literally days, every single day of the week, when I wake up not feeling any different. And when I say I don't feel any different, I feel different as in I feel lighter, I feel more agile, I feel more energetic. But you don't necessarily feel any different in yourself as a person. And it's really hard to get your head around that, because everything outside changes so much quicker than inside. And now the added pressure of, you don't want to mess this up now. You've lost all this weight. What happens if you mess it up? Are you going to get massive again? Are you going to lose more weight? Which we know that's the plan, because I've got a go weight which is 16 stone now. So it's really hard to sort of validate how you're feeling when people say you're doing really well, you're doing amazing, and nobody can ever prepare you for how that's going to feel when you start the journey and when you carry on with the journey. So that pressure's always there, and it's real. And that's pressure not to slip back into your old ways. And I'm still on Mounjaro. That's not changing for possibly 2 months now, maybe even longer, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, you've got that sense of joy that you're doing really well and you're losing loads of weight. But at the same time, it's quite stressful. It's quite emotional as well to be in that mindset. And I'm not sure how long it takes to sort of get used to that feeling. So if anyone's starting out on this journey, you've also got to realise it's not just a physical journey, it's a mental one as well. And your mind will play games with you. And you'll struggle at times, you'll be peaks and troughs, you'll be up and down, there'll be a roller coaster of emotions. And it sounds like I'm overcomplicating this, because all you're doing is eating less, trying to move more, eating healthier, trying to eat more protein, staying hydrated, less junk. But it's a lot more to it than that. And I don't think people really understand and realise when they start this sort of journey that that is part and parcel of it. And we're all in this position for a reason, be it you eat too much, be it you've got mobility issues, be it you've got an illness that causes you to lead a sedentary lifestyle. But we're all in this for one reason only, and that is because we've put on weight and now we want to lose weight. So with that comes the mental anguish of when you start losing weight and you lose a good amount of weight. Where does that then leave you? And certainly don't underestimate your journey when you start it as well, because it's not as straightforward as you think it's going to be. And I'm sure there's people that look at me now and go, hey man, Mounjaro, you're done. You've lost 70 pounds, you've lost 5 stone, you've lost 31 kilos. You're done. Your journey's over. You just need to transition into a lifestyle without the medication now. But it's really not the case. I'm not done. I'm not physically done. I'm not mentally done. I've still got more to lose. But it's so much bigger than that now. It's about getting stronger. It's about building these healthy habits, these lifestyle changes, and these long-term health goals. And I don't think that's going to really come until I reach my goal. And if I'm being honest with you, and I've always been honest with you as well, you know, there's no papering over any cracks, there's no glossing over anything on this channel, and there never has been. But I think that's going to be like, I think that's really going to hit me hard when I realise I haven't got that safety net anymore of the medication, because I really do view it as a safety net as well. I'm not convinced, and I mentioned it on last week's video, that I'm not convinced that I've learned these new habits yet, and I'm fearful for what the future will bring. But I also realise where I'm at is a much healthier place now than it was 5 months ago. I'm at a sort of checkpoint, if you want to call it. I've just passed that 5 stone checkpoint. My next checkpoint is going to be 6 stone loss. And then I've got to try and aim to live the rest of my life like this, with the healthy lifestyle, the healthy choices, making the right decisions, and all the rest of the stuff that goes with being a better version of yourself. Right, before I get on with my next load of waffle, and when I say that, I do mean it tongue-in-cheek, because I know this channel's helped out loads and loads of people, and the amount of comments I get are absolutely amazing. And as I've always said, I will always try and answer every single comment, unless it's a rude one, or a nasty one, or an abusive one. And I do get them, but I tend to just delete them and not react to them. This channel tipped over 2,000 subscribers at the weekend. And for me, that was a huge milestone. I can't thank you all enough, and I really, really, really do mean it. I've always looked on this channel as, 1, being honest, and 2, it's for everyone. Everyone who's thinking about taking this journey, everyone who's already on this journey, and everyone that's already completed their journey, and they're now moving into a maintenance mode. So this channel is for everyone. It's not just for me. So anyone that's ever liked, commented, subscribed, or hyped this channel, I cannot thank you enough. It really does mean the world to me. Now, if you haven't liked, please do. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Now, Q&A Saturday. I need your questions. If you can mark them Q&A, pop them down below. They will get answered this Saturday. And I know they're going to get answered this Saturday, because I haven't got many questions for this Saturday's Q&A. So, Q&A Saturday, comment, thanks. So my next chapter as I move forward losing weight is going to be learning how to do all these things, and learning how to do them well. I'm sure there's going to be a few blips in the road, as it were. And I know on my video the other week, I gave it all that, and then said I want it to be more like that. And I stand by that, because that's exactly how I want to live my life. I know my life's not going to be dead level all the way through. But I certainly don't want to be in the position where I'm having this conversation with you lot in 12 months' time, where I've put on 5 stone. And it's more than likely wouldn't be 5 stone. It more than likely be I've put on 6 stone. So I need to get that mindset, and I need to start doing it now, ready for in 2-3 months time when I come off the medication. And that's the bit where I struggle, and that's where the bit where the anxiety comes in. That's the bit where the pressure comes in. You may think my race is done with the weight I've lost, but I think the problems are only just beginning. So basically what I wanted to say was, yes, I'm 70 pounds down. Yes, it probably looks like I'm done. And I'm proud of what I've achieved so far on my Mounjaro journey, and I'm proud of all the support that you've given me. Just wanted to put this video out to say there will be tough times. If you're starting this journey, if you're a month in, if you're 2 months in, even if you're 4 months in, be prepared for it not to be the smooth road that you're hoping it's going to be. Because as many times as I can say it is, this or this changes before all this does. And that's the bit you need to get sorted, else this is going to all come back again. But for me, this is just the middle of my journey. I'm still learning, I'm still fighting, still figuring out what I need to do. Oh, and I've got big news coming up in this Saturday's video. Yeah, massive news. I think this is going to surprise a few of you. But that'll be in this Saturday's Q&A and weekly update video. So look out for that. But like I said earlier, we're all on this path together. So stick around. The next chapter's just getting started. Thanks for watching, everyone. Really, really appreciate it. And take care.